Awesome. All right, welcome everybody to P.A.S E, and for the new guys in the room, it stands for Product and System Education. Okay. Awesome. Go ahead. Product and System Education, and since P.A.S E usually starts with a product, which is a P. Yes, sir. I want to let the video go off. So go ahead, take it away, Aaron. Yes, sir.
All right.
Let's go ahead and share the screen.
That's what yeah.
You're right. Just minimize it and then get the scheme that you're looking for.
There we go.
Just double check with them that they can see it.
Everybody can see it? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Awesome.
Okay. Laundry products for your home. You want the best. We've been making safe and effective home cleaning products for more than 50 years. And we've learned a lot about making laundry service and dish cleaners that are better and natural. Better because Amway home products clean exceptionally well and are highly concentrated, so you use less and save money. Naturally, because they contain key ingredients derived from nature, like coconut oil, orange oil, and aloe vera. They are biodegradable, dermatologist and allergy tested, and almost all recognized by the Environmental Protection Agency's Safer Choice program. Amway home products are safe, highly effective, and better for your family and your home. You deserve to know what you're bringing into your home. That's why we list all the ingredients in our products and never use harmful additives or chemicals. Our products are backed by Amway Promise with a 180-day satisfaction guarantee. Try Amway home products in your home and see and feel the difference.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Man, those products are awesome. I actually have the whole box. I have the whole box at my house. Like the second box is lasting me for like 6 months now. I think the whole product is awesome. But speaking of product, I'll let you guys open the floor to anyone who has any customer success with this product.
Yeah, you do.
So,
What is
go ahead.
I got one.
Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead, Karen.
y'all start. Okay. Thank you. Okay, hi everybody. It's Karen. I have one testimony. My aunt, she wanted the multi-purpose cleaner, but when I told her about it, she didn't believe me how good it works for everything. So she went to her class reunion, like from 19 whatever, and she heard some women talking about the Amway products, like they mama and them had it and blah blah blah. Anyway, she called me and said, "Girl, I gotta get that multi-purpose cleaner from you because I heard it was good." Oh, really? So who was I talking to when I told you about it? Anyway, she ordered 2 containers of the multi-purpose cleaner. And then when I told her, it's concentrated, you can't use too much because, you're going to have like the soap, the cleaner suds is going to be everywhere. So I told her how to use it and showed it to her. She was like, "Oh, the girl didn't tell me that." Probably because she wasn't trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you out. So yeah, it's just saying your family don't listen. They listen to somebody else, but they will eventually buy your products. That's all.
Yeah.
Stop. Great work.
How about that? Come here. Come sit down.
Anyone else?
I have one.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, how y'all doing, family? How you doing? I have a testimony of one of the customers I actually have. Well, it's 2 customers in the making right now. A couple of former players that I used to coach at the JUCO college football team that I have in Tallahassee. Well, I'm coaching in Tallahassee. Some of them actually got the opportunity to go across seas and play for the Canadian Football League. So that was an amazing thing. When they came back into town, He was like, Coach, I mean, I've been trying to get in contact with you. I lost your information, this and that. And they hit me up on Facebook at first. And I was like, okay, what they were like, Coach, man, we're gonna be back in the town. We want to come and see you. So when they said they was coming to see me, I was like, okay, I thought we was just gonna hang out or something like that. He was like, nah, man, remember those products that you had us take on the football team? Man, I want to buy some. Man. I want to buy some. You know, and then I met one of his name is Jeff. I actually met one of his teammates from the team across seas, and he was like, yeah, man, hey, I want to try them too. So this Friday, we're definitely setting up a time to sit down and go ahead and put in an order. He already told me that he wanted the excess multiplier. Mm-hmm. He wanted the excess cookie and cream protein, and also he wanted the one a day vitamin for men. Mm-hmm. So we'll get him on. The whole 9 yards. So we're definitely looking forward to this Friday to go ahead and sit down with them, not only just to sell them a product just for one-time sitting, but also make them lifetime customers.
Wonderful.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, Eric. Is there anyone else? The floor is still open.
I can go.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Go ahead, Roger.
All right, hey guys, how y'all doing? Awesome. But yes, a friend of mine from church, I pretty much did had a product run through with him with LOC because and you know, for example, you know, men, that's people like myself. They all about saving money. You know, they say, hey, this gonna save me money. Before you even meet, he asked to say, Roger, you gonna save me money, right? I was like, absolutely. I said, absolutely. So when I went to his apartment, he lived like right across the street from me in another apartment complex. And I just pretty much went through the whole LOC brand, you know, from the deodorant to the laundry detergent, you know, everything, body wash. I actually just pulled out the whole, you know the presentation kit, the G&H. Yeah. Oh, that's wrong. That is not LOC.
That's all right.
But I went through G&H as well, right? And I also pretty much presented LOC along with that, you know, the different detergents and all of the different cleaning products and everything. I even went around his house and showed examples, you know, how well the product is, how concentrated it is, how it cleans. And he's like, man, that's some good stuff. And he wasn't even worried about the product. He's like, bro, you're doing a good job, man. Stop. I gotta support you, you know? So overall, based off of that, he's like, yes, man, I got you for sure. My next paycheck, I'm gonna hook you up. And he also went over the cost per unit sheet with him as well. He really saw that he's actually saving money. Not to just do the good job, but he actually saves money when instead of just when buying one product, how long it could last, you know, compared to buying an X brand. So when he saw that, so he's like, yep, I'm sold, buddy. I'm gonna get it. Yes, and I appreciate you. And yeah, so looking forward to that sale, you know, this month for sure. And also a few other customers lined up as well for my church as well. So getting a whole lot of contacts happening, not only just MG meet and greets, but customers as well.
Getting it done. Is there
anyone else? We're still open. Going once, going twice. Okay, it's close. Next we have Divya.
Yeah.
Divya. Next on stream.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Hi everybody. My name is Divya Prasad, and I'm going to be doing the streaming portion today. For P.A.S E, I have a lot of notes. But no. So really quickly, what is streaming? It's a monthly subscription of talks that come from Emeralds and above. And basically, what's like really awesome about it is that there's so many functions and BBSs all across the country and world, pretty much, that we aren't able to attend all. So with streaming, you can actually hear these talks. And even when you're at the function, there's so much going on that sometimes you may miss something that you can always like hear back on your streaming. So who should listen to streaming? Basically any launched partner, because it's a part of the 30-day core run, 90-day core run that you should be listening to certain and like specific streamings every day anyway. So basically If you're a launch partner and you're subscribed to the streaming tool, then you should be listening to it. When should you listen to streaming? Basically whenever, because now it's no longer on CDs. They're on your device and you can literally listen to it anywhere. But preferably somewhere that you can take notes and like really listen to what they're saying, because it's obviously a lot of information. And lastly, why? In the streaming that I listen to, it talks about like input changes in your life, and basically in life you're constantly bombarded with information and you want to control what you're listening to and what you're like feeding your brain. So why not listen to these amazing people that are in our business that know what they're doing and what we want to do and where we want to be. So I feel like that's why it's extremely important to listen. So the stream that I'm going to be talking about today is called Proper Mindset and Work Ethic for Success by Trevor and Lexi Baker. And the number is BWW2194. This streaming, my parents listened to it before I did, and they could not stop talking about it, and they insisted that this was the stream I did for P.A.S.E today, and I'm so happy I listened to them because it was amazing. I have a ton of notes on this, and obviously I can't like go through all of it, but I'm just gonna really quickly go through some like points that I thought were really like good, and then I'm gonna play a small snippet of one of my favorite parts. So really quick, Trevor and Lexi, they were talking about the proper mindset and work ethic for success. And they say that like one of the things that like newly launched partners have issues with is when you're basically trying to drag what you're already doing and adding on all these new things like streaming, associating, reading. And so it says by trying to add all these extra things into your current situation without taking anything out, you're gonna be burnt out. And basically like to change your life, you have to change your life. So you can't be constantly looking back and thinking about, oh, well, I used to do this, but I can still do this and still squeeze in 15 minutes. And another point that they were saying is that you can't do the minimum and expect the maximum. So just by, you know, taking a checklist off like, yep, did this, now I can go out and hang out with my friends, or I can do this, you're not going to get results that way. It says to build a fortress around your mindset and your dream. And that kind of goes hand in hand with like what you're listening to, what your social media, news, whatever it is that you're feeding your mind. I mean, you're constantly around people and around, whether you're at work or going out, you're constantly surrounded by people talking about things that you just need to protect your dream and protect your mind. And she says to like look at everything with your values and your vision in mind. So if it doesn't align with your values and vision, then don't waste your time on it. Success does not have sympathy for the validity or the righteousness of your excuse, no matter how valid or invalid. And I thought that was really something, because one of the examples they gave is if you made your goal was to work out every single day, and one guy's daughter's in the hospital and one guy just decided he doesn't feel like going to the gym, what difference does it make just because the man whose daughter's in the hospital, he's still not there? Basically, success doesn't care. So, and you're not going to get a six-pack just because your excuse is valid. And then 3 little things. It says, he said, these are the like 4 C's. It's commitment, courage, competence, and confidence. And then it's you versus you. It's either the winner you or versus the loser you.
Awesome.
And then really quickly, I'm going to play one of my favorite parts.
No, I wouldn't sell you a gym membership, right? Because the truth is, it's a complete and total waste of time and a complete and total waste of money. Point C is when you develop a consistent workout all the time. You know, Trevor, what's your ratio from like, Lex and I were taught from the very beginning, 15 years ago. core. Not only all the personal growth habits of books and audios a day, written worldwide events a month, plus the 4 plans your coach mentor are committing to you, the 4 major conferences like the FED, the spring conferences, the winter conferences, getting on a budget, getting on ditto on the first day of the month, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, all of that. But all of that is correlated with success, but it does not cause success. I mean, you can read every book on the book list and never go platinum. At some point, you got to go from inspiration and motivation and information and put it to some application and some perspiration, or what's the point? Right? I've had people ask.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff.
Oh yeah.
Man, the streaming is awesome. If you don't have it, a guy over here named Roger McKenzie would say, "Stop playing." Yeah, to add on to that, just like that one little segment of that audio shook me. Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
All the books are still not going platinum. That shit. But we're gonna keep the ball rolling here, and we're gonna go into the book of the month. That's my
Awesome.
What is it? Look.
Anthony.
I couldn't hear him. I couldn't hear him.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, what you need? The light?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one of these.
I think it's the second one. There you go, right there. Oh. All right.
Okay.
Well, Anthony Cox, the head of the Cox family here, and talking about the book of the month, one that I've gone back to, Business of the 21st Century. What caused me to go back to this book was we were going through the process, and I realized, sitting down with Kenneth and the person we're going through the process with, she had pretty much covered the entire book. And I realized, okay, when I was going through some things, I put this book down and I never came back to it. But I heard Carol always talking about Sanjeev, and she was saying how Sanjeev would like rattle off a sentence and he would look at you expecting you to tell him what page that came from. So I realized, it's okay, I better get to work here in this book, because yeah, I got to get up on this thing and take in case one day he points me out. But I want to just read a little line, sentence to you right quick. It says right here, if I would be given a chance to do it all over again, I would choose network marketing. Anybody in here have an idea who that came from?
No. The guy from Virgin Airlines.
Huh?
Virgin Airlines.
Nope.
Richard Branson?
Yeah.
Founder of Microsoft.
Oh.
Bill Gates. Right. Now,
That's right over here.
okay. Now, on page 37, I noticed something. He was saying that Warren Buffett, Richard Branson, guy that started Citigroup, Jockey, L'Oreal, Mars, Remington, and Unilever. So what do they all have in common?
Network marketing.
They all started out in network marketing. Now, thinking about that, these books, this education, DWW is amazing, because when you immerse yourself in these books, you start noticing that stuff that used to go over your head. When people would say it, you didn't have a second thought about it. Mm-hmm. Well, now you were like, wait a minute, hold on. And this is something that I noticed the other day. Carol was flipping through the television, when we first got in before we started our reading. And we heard someone on the television say something that somebody was talking to him. And this person said that I am at the top of my Amway pyramid, and my mind is open to whatever you have to say. Then someone that I used to work with, I ran into, they said, "Are you still selling no way products?" Now, that right there, first thing I got thinking, I was like, okay, you need to turn off that idiot box, because I know those two lines right there, one of them came from a television sitcom and the other one came from a movie. Now, we got these comedians out here and they get paid for these jokes. Okay, and that's what they do. But are you gonna go to this comedian, you know, and look to him for advice on how to change your life and come up so you can leave these jobs? And see, that's my thing right there. Turn off that idiot box and pick up a book. Because one thing, Steve Harvey, you know, everybody knows Steve Harvey.
Education.
Yes, very big on education. Steve used to be an IBO.
Yes.
And he has nothing but good things to say about this business. And I know for him, as well as other millionaires, one thing that they stress upon is network marketing. And, you know, you got these folks out here. We were at a conference in Virginia, and some guy stepped to me. We were right outside there in the lobby in the Marriott. So he's like, "What are you all here for?" You know, and then hearing somebody talking, he'd be like, "Oh, it's the Amway convention." I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, you know, that's a pyramid." Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, I said, you know, you gotta be careful about what you say when you call it a pyramid. I said, hey, even that church you go to, the structure is a pyramid. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, you know, Steve, like Nadia was saying, one thing that he harps on is education. You know, you got guys that come on Family Feud trying to crack jokes. Same thing with his radio show that he tells all of them, get you an education. And at the same time, you have to be careful about where you get that education from. Because I noticed when I was in school, went to business college, and we got to the subject of e-commerce. Well, the professor really couldn't tell you about e-commerce, and they were trying to rush through the course. And I kept wondering, I'm like, okay, why is it every time I ask a question, she's pretty much trying to brush me off and move on to something else? Well, it clicked. They don't want to cover this too much, a business like this, because they haven't done it. So, with that being said, I looked at some polling the other day, and this poll was taken in 2017, and it showed that 33% of high school graduates never read another book in their lives once they finish high school.
What?
Yeah.
33%.
Yeah. 80% of U.S. families did not buy a single book that year. And the 70% of the U.S. adults have not read a book in the past 5 years.
Wow.
So I look at it like this. The BBS that we went to before, Nick and Stephanie, that was Anthony and Kaylin? Callan. And just thinking about what they were saying, we are truly fighting an uphill battle out here, trying to get these people to change their minds and look to do something different and get away from that generational servitude and financial slavery. So, with that being said,
keep reading, my friends.
Right there. With that, I'm done. So, I'll give it back to
G.
G.
That was awesome stuff, Anthony, man. And I learned, like, once you read, I don't know how everyone else feels. I can only speak for myself. But when I read one of these books, I don't know, it feels like I'm in a video game and I'm using cheat codes. But it's like, you know information that most people or a lot of people don't know. And it's like, I know I have a big shoulder, but there's a little tiny chip on there. I walk through work and I'm like, I know something you don't know. You can't tell me nothing. You know, that's personally how I feel when I read these books. I'm super hyped up and everything. But that's just my opinion. But we're going to keep the ball rolling again, and we're going to go to the process huddle, and it's the 90-day core run and the honorable partnership. My dad.
You got it right.
So I'll open the floor to anyone who would like to share their experience and knowledge on that. But I'll go first.
Go ahead.
No, man, but I think the honoring the partnership and 90-day core run is essential to the business itself, because once you're in the 90-day core run, that sets you up. It's like Nick Milwaukee after BBS, he says like an acceleration tool to accelerate you in your business. And I think that's just a phenomenal idea. Whoever created it, Bill Britt. No, I'm tripping. Don't hold me. Open the floor to
Awesome.
You got it.
Anyone in Atlanta like to go?
What is it?
Another partnership.
On 90-day core.
And 30 day.
30 there. Anybody have
30 day core run on HTTP.
anybody else?
Yes, we go to
No, do you have anything? Anyone?
Anybody on the 30 day core run? Who's on the 30 day core run? Like the BPS. Who's planning to get on the 30 day core run? Trevor, you on the 30 day? Come on up. Let us know how it's going. Trevor.
So I plan on getting on a 30-day core run once I go down to hopefully one job. I kind of have 4 at the moment, but that's fine. We'll leave that for another day. I got a 4th job somehow. I don't know. But so out of the 30-day core run, I know that I plan on building up my confidence, because one thing that I do have an issue with, which was in the honoring the partnership checklist. Can't talk. Anyway, so I have an issue with conversations. I can talk to people, but when I do talk to people, I kind of like one of the books that I have been reading is the people skills book. So it's like saying you and your more often instead of I. Or I've always been a people person, and I've always cared about what other people think or say more often, but I do mention myself a lot. So with the 30-day core run, I want to get more conversations out. I want to drop messages more often, and I just want to be able to focus, because I've got now that since Compton and Nadia came down, reading during the day, genius. I didn't think of that. It's like I get off my 3rd job, get home, and I'm like, I think I can read 15 minutes, pass out. So reading during the daytime has been a real big help. But I listen to like the same stream at least 5 times at one of my jobs, because I'm kind of just walking around the mall by myself. So it's a great opportunity there to listen to streams. And I'm also happy to say, honoring the partnership, I will have 150 PV this month.
But Trevor, how do you plan to do that 150?
Well, so for starters, after Captain Nadia came down, just slowly eliminating things in your lifestyle, just cutting out, like, replace a meal during the day, replace a meal at night. So, I mean, I've got a meal bar in my pocket right now.
But yeah.
So, just any opportunity that you have that you can, just, use that money wisely and invest in yourself just makes more sense. Because, when you have that money and you're going to go to McDonald's, and then, I mean, the shipment says it'll be here Wednesday, but then it comes on Friday. And you're like, oh, snap, I'm hungry. I got food for the week. So I don't even need to go to McDonald's or wherever for the next couple days. But on top of that, it's just a lot of customer stuff. So with my family, and I asked the big question with the whole business card aspect. So I know we have business cards already kind of pre-made, but I have a digital arts and design degree background. So I've kind of designed my own business cards, and I plan, now that I have all my products, I plan on going to my mom's job and getting support from all of my other mothers. So
Awesome.
I plan on advertising myself quite widely and going to church and doing it as well. But just on my
first.
But I plan on putting myself out there, advertising, networking, network marketing. That's what the name of the game.
That's awesome. Great.
That's awesome.
Anybody honoring the partnership? Is Julia Rose there? These are 90-day core.
Honoring the partnership. Streaming and reading is easy. Just like Trevor said, just either read during the day or just make time for it. I stream at work since I'm just at the desk all day by myself, so I listen to that. I finally started working on my customers list to get the 150 PV. I finally made 100 last month. I'm at 83 right now. What's funny is the cousin that Aaron was saying that I should have contacted. My cousin contacted me Thursday night, talking about, why did you tell me you got no cleaning products? I said, oh, I didn't know you. He said, well, I got post-construction cleaning business. Why didn't you call me about? I could have bought from you instead of just buying from some regular store. And I was like, it's just one of those moments when if Aaron was there, he would be like, I told you, you ain't gotta remember. So I was telling my cousin about there's this deal going on where it has like a whole cleaning bundle deal with the dish cleaning, kitchen cleaner, multi-purpose cleaner with the bottles and the scrubbing pad. I'm waiting on him to just give me the money on that. Also with the multi-purpose cleaner, I'm gonna rake in the dough.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So hoping by then, Aaron and his neighbor actually just bought some Access energy drinks for me today. So it's a great work in progress. I'm finally seeing something happen. Results. That's a good word. It's like, oh, it's finally there. Because when the last month I made 100, I saw the money drop. I said, oh, I need money. So yeah, so the streaming, the reading, the customers are finally happening. Just working on the conversations, and I tell myself, but I just need to do it because I know I can do it. I just need to is make a contact, one contact each and every day, because I know I have the potential to do it. I just need to listen to Trevor and say, well, Trevor, no, Baker, excuse me, that I just need to be courageous and consistent, and that's all I need to do. So.
Sweet. Awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Brandon and Crystal, what has been your experience with 30-day core run?
Well, some of the things were already said in regards to learning to not wait till the end of the day to do your reading and listening to your stream, and doing it like in the beginning of the day while you're doing something, like you're putting breakfast or you're getting ready to go to work or you're getting ready to go for a run, and trying not to read more than 15 minutes starting off at first. Because if anyone who's ever been to college, they're just like, oh, okay, I could just bust this out in like 30 minutes. But I've learned trying to bust it out in 30 minutes, you end up not even reading more what you expect to read. And then doing the little increments of 15 minutes of reading, you're able to finish more than you would have just done, like trying to bust it out in those 30 minutes. Also, I've learned from the 30-day core run the accountability of, sending the kind of messages. At first, it was kind of hard to do because we were waiting to the end of the night to send what we read or what we did or the conversations we had. And then we started learning that it's better to set yourself up earlier in the day to send those things as opposed to the end. Also, with getting out there and having conversations, it's really not hard to have conversations when you have a first goal of the 30-day core run, just to have a conversation every day. So just consistently doing the things makes it effortless moving forward to talk to people. But that's what I got. Awesome.
Hi guys. What I've learned from the 30-day core run is just as recent as yesterday, Kenneth was having a conversation with us and telling us to focus on like one thing in particular as opposed to everything. I think I was trying to focus on every little aspect of honoring the partnership in the 30-day core run, and trying to have 5 conversations a day, and it kind of overwhelmed me. And he was telling us to dial it back a little bit and focus on having a conversation to 3 conversations every single day. And that's something that's more obtainable than, you know, the 5 that, you know, we kind of heard every single day. So, and like what my wife said, and I can't remember his name, Fade Flat Top, he was just saying reading earlier is definitely better. And like my wife said, we were trying to get it in 11 something in the evening and sending our accountability messages, and I was half asleep sending messages, and she was trying to wake me up to send the message. It was
send the message.
Yes, and it's like, oh my God, leave me alone. But you know, we have to adapt and overcome. But we're definitely gonna finish our 30-day core run.
The floor is still open to anyone who give out some good nuggets. Going once, going twice. Okay, we're moving on to the next thing. But before that, I would like to say that I was reading The Magic of Thinking Big recently, and one of the good tips that they told me, or that I read in the book, was the main reason why many people don't do stuff is because of procrastination. And what procrastination is, the book explained it a little bit in detail, but it pretty much said that if you think about something long enough, then that's what's going to cause you not to do it. So therefore, just do it. Just don't even give it a second thought. Just do it. If you want to read the book in the morning, just do it.
Just do it.
Like, just do it. They don't even give it a thought. Just do it. But,
How much? Just do it.
Yeah, when I read that, I started applying that to my daily life, and everything just got easier all of a sudden. But I mean, it did. But I'm trying to.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're going to keep the ball rolling again. We're going to go to new people. Is there new people in the room in Atlanta?
There are new people, but they're not here.
Right.
Yes, sir.
We have like about, I think we have 7 new people.
Nice. 7 new people. Oh, you guys are killing me dead. Well, you guys going at a fast rate. We catch up.
Yeah.
We get into the spring break. That's it. But
Awesome.
Okay, so then we have the promo video for the
Awesome.
leadership.
Sorry, so tell
I'm gonna give it away to Aaron. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
I'm super excited for this.
Before I forget, the P.A.S.E schedule has been set up until spring leadership. So after the meeting is over, if we could all quickly go there and verify the assignments. There are a few empty spots in case we missed out anyone. So after, right after Campton have officially closed the meeting out, then if we could just spend 5 minutes or so verifying that everybody is okay with the schedule.
It's right there.
School out.
I just wanted to make sure that I was on mute.
That'll give you enough time to set up the video.
Here we go.
Now wait. Right.
Now Emery wants to take over the rest of the meeting.
You on a 30-day core run? You been reading today? Yeah, you did good?
You made conversation today?
Yes,
No.
When you going? When you going Eagle? When you going Eagle, Emery? Eagle Cross is better for you. Okay, we understand. All right.
Wow, nice video.
Right, and the last thing we have right now is.
Oh, go ahead.
So the last thing that we have right now is the platinum wrap up, and who else to wrap it up other than our platinums? Not the platinums. I'm tripping. Our leaders in this business. Kantha and Nadia P.A.S.E.
Yeah. Awesome. As usual, it's been a great pace, and all the participants, whoever participated, were awesome. Thank you guys. And Aaron, you did a great job on the audio visual. So okay, so basically, what do I want to talk about? There's so much happening. There's a lot of moving parts right now. But I know Kantha is gonna talk a lot about that. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about, the streaming that Divya was talking about. And Lexi Baker said something, aside of putting everything in your life and not wanting to miss out on anything and all that stuff. And she said that, or I think it might have been Trevor, basically, we get caught up in these, gaming, the video games and all this stuff. And he says, those are for children, those are kids. And so when you see the adults doing it, it's like you think, maturity is not an age thing, right? It's all about how you think. It's all about how you change your mind, your mindset. And I just absolutely love that CD. And the reason why when we listened to it, we said, the reason people have to listen to this on a daily basis, because he talked about that honeymoon period, right? For the 30-day core run. And, when you're going through that 30-day core run, after 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, you kind of sometimes want to fall off the bandwagon. Some people it's 10 days, some people 15 days, right? But it is so important. And I love what he talked about when the IBO called him and said, well, I didn't do it today, but, should I double up tomorrow? And he says, well, what is your commitment? What did you commit to yourself? And then as she says, I said I was going to drop the message. And he says, well, I would suggest don't, let your head drop the pillow without dropping the message. And she's ran outside and put the gas and tried to contact the guy. That was hilarious. But at the same time, she did what she was supposed to do. And I think that's what it is in this business. It's about, being committed to you. And the person that sees you the most, the person that knows you the best is you. And so I think that's the part that you have to sell out to, that you're gonna, do whatever you have to do no matter what. Kantha and I, we have our own day-to-day things. Like today he was in one direction, I was in another direction, and we end up meeting up at the same supermarket. It was hilarious. I said, oh my God, what are you doing here? So it was funny, but the thing about it is just putting yourself out there, because this business, and she said, if this business can give you everything in your life, why wouldn't you give it everything? And that's pretty powerful. So I just enjoy the streaming, and just go out there, guys, and put your best foot forward. Nobody's asking for numbers. You're just going out there and share your story, and the numbers will automatically come. And the other story that was really impactful was that guy that did the core run for 365 days with no results. I mean, I don't know how many people can do that and go out there and talk every single day for 365 days and not get any results and be still excited. You know how that happens is if you're reading and if you're listening, you're constantly and the growth.
The results, like you said,
absolutely. And they went from Schmiegel to Eagle. There you go.
Right.
So I just thought that was incredible. But here's my awesome husband.
Good stuff. So what is also funny was that we were out yesterday in Cobb's Market.
No,
Ponce Market. And so Anya said she wanted some chicken. So Naja went online, ordered the chicken. And I was sitting at the table waiting for her. There was a young guy opposite to me. I started a conversation with him, and then he said, you know what, let me go see what my fiance is doing here, and girlfriend. And then they came back, not knowing Nadia was in line talking to his fiance. Right? So, but we didn't know that. I didn't know he was his people, right? And she didn't know that was a person. She was just talking to the girl.
Nobody knew anything.
No, but right. She was just talking to the girl in front of her in the line, or anybody around us that we talked to. And he was sitting right next to me. Just so happened that they were together, And not needless to say, the conversation went very well. And in fact, my ring kind of paid off for the first time because I had my ring on. I was talking, and his eyes was like, and he's like, man, I like your ring, And then she was what? Now they had her ring on too, right? And then she said, oh, I love your ring, I said, well, eventually those rings paid off, And so basically, once you're out there, things is going to happen. Now, for the next from today on.
Talk about your experience at the Dunkin' Donuts. You have to talk about that with the guy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Also, when I was in New Jersey by myself, I didn't have a wife there or anybody to make me breakfast and so, So I would go to Dunkin' Donuts. So after we did our morning, meeting, this person that myself and I, we partnered up to go. And so the easiest thing for me to get is a Dunkin' Donut. So for years, couple of years I've been going to that same Dunkin' Donut. I don't change my order. It's a medium decaf, extra cream, 3 sugars, a jelly donut, and an old-fashioned donut. That's it. Easy, right? So after a while, they know that. So this Nigerian guy there, because he's there all the time, we became friends, and I know his name Tim. So I had to go do an MG1, and listen to this. The MG1 that I had to go do was previously I had contacted somebody, did an MG1 with him, never got my book back. And every time I go to the university, I say, let me hit him up to get my book back, right? Because it's my book, right? So he's not with the university no more, but there was another young man there asked, oh, so what was it that you were, talking to with Mr. Irvin? I said, well, my Irvin and I were talking some business. He's looking to expand and diversify and create some assets here. He said, I'd like to know how to do that. Right, so instead of Orban, this guy, he came, he was promptly on time, but as I was going into the Dunkin' Donut, right, somebody, they say, welcome to Dunkin' Donut. So I said, I know that voice, and I turn around, and it's Tim from New Jersey. Tim followed me.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
He said, I know that voice. I got my book.
He was so happy to see me, and I was glad to see him because for years I've seen him. But I was talking to him about a business, but he didn't too long come into this country, and his cousin, who was the manager, was every time I go to talk to him, his cousin is standing up there like police, And then she told him, don't worry with those businesses, they're scams. So he never did go through with it. I said, don't worry about it. So I asked him, here, is your cousin here with you too? I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to her But so now I'm telling you, this is an awesome stream. Nadia and I listened to it, and then
couple of times.
Oh yeah. And one of the things we heard is the loser you're gonna wake up or the winner you're gonna wake up. And as soon as we heard it, Nadia and I both jump up.
It was hilarious. I sometimes jumped out of the It was funny. Get it going.
But that's an awesome stream. All the information that you need here, and that's why from today on, everybody that is on stream, or if you're not on stream, let your upline give it to you the thing so you can listen to it. I want everyone, listen to me, to listen to this stream for the next 30 days, right?
Outside of any other.
Outside of any other stream. This is not. You listen to this one and you listen to whatever stream you want to listen to. Okay. In addition to that, can you have the book there? Right here. Or Miss Carol?
Miss Carol.
Or Miss Carol?
My book at home.
Okay. This book here also, Relationomics. It's an incredible book. It was written for BWW. It's all about relationship and ownership and all of that stuff. I need everyone also to get this book and read this book for the next 30 days also.
Whether you're on the book of subscription or not.
Whether you're on book of subscription or not, you need to get this book. If you're really serious about this business, these two things, you need to listen to it. You need to listen to that stream, and you need to read these books, take notes, on board of it and put it in, saturate your brain with it. You know, because these people went from ruby, right, or platinum to triple diamond. Okay? Hello. Right? Hello, money, they're flying around in their own private plane.
I love that when he talked about, people always ask, so how do you get confidence? He says, yeah, well, I go, the Whole Foods and I look up in the aisle, whatever, and you look there's a whole bunch of confidence. Pick which one you want, The thing about it is that, and I love when he gave the analogy of when you keep giving yourself excuses. We're always so good at giving ourselves excuses and saying, we'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. But he says, what the inner voice is saying is so important, because what the inner voice is saying, yeah, okay, yeah, you'll do it. And then, it happens that way. And people don't decide they want to lose, or decide they want to win. It's just a habit. And I love what he says. Success is a habit, and so is failure.
Right. And so at each pace from now on, in addition to what Nadia and I be wrapping up, we're going to cut it short. I would like for everyone who is listening to the stream and reading the book to come and talk about some nuggets that they have listened to and read, and how it can apply to their lives and have them change their lives and their business. Okay? So that I'm not looking for pick on people who like, oh, I didn't read or whatever, but hey, this, from what we heard as your mentors, we know for sure that these is going to help you big time. Okay? Awesome. All right, so that's it for us. Back to the host, phone team.
You guys stay on for pay.
Aaron, can you pull up the pay schedule, please?
The pay schedule? Did you get access to it on P.A.S.E?
No, only Atlanta has access. Everybody has view access.
Okay.
Step back a little bit. I mean, your hands are in it. Take a step back. Step back.
No. Be careful.
Still gotta take a step back.
No, not that.
No, this way. This way.
Come towards me. So you can be in the camera.
So you can see your face.
Now turn around.
No, that's too far.
Look, take a step up. Look at the TV.
There you go.
Look, you're on TV. Yes.
All right, I'm pulling it up. This shouldn't take long. It's in there already.
I got it.
Okay, could you hit their screen?
Sorry. Just take a piece of it, please.
Yes, we should be sure.
Your screen?
No, we're not seeing it.
We're not seeing it yet. We see you guys.
You see it now?
Not yet.
Nope. Share your screen.
You are sharing your screen. Present to everyone.
Yeah, sharing screen is a bit different. Yeah, that's it. Like that.
All right. Are we?
Click it again. Just click it. Click it one more time.
You're not sharing your screen.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Alright, and then minimize it.
No, we're here and here.
Do you guys see our screen now?
Yeah. We're in the Windows thing.
Just go. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay.
Click on the right. Okay. Scroll down. So next week it's Crystal and well, you guys can see it, right? Scroll down. Put right. There you go. Right. Scroll down so we could see. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So is everybody okay with this? Please search for your name. Make sure you're good with it schedule-wise. We have a few extra spots. I didn't want to put this here on your. You guys gotta decide. And then also I know there are some other new people there who are not who wanted to leave some slots open for the new people, the newest people. You know, everybody good with this? This will take us up to spring leadership.
Yeah. And everyone's the name,
I'm probably be out of town April 7th. I will be able to do the hosting.
Okay, so Kenneth.
Yeah.
Julia said for April 7th, she may be out of town at that time, so she may not be able to host at that time.
Okay.
Oh, she said she can't. She just won't be physically here, so never mind.
All right. You guys just want to see if I know how to do the undo.
Yes.
Any newest people want to get on it?
You can.
Okay, it's not a push thing. It's voluntary. It's optional. So.
I thought we don't have P.A.S.E before an actor.
No, let's leave the space for the viewers. You guys are coming. You sure you?
There's nobody right now.
All right. No, I don't think between now and
I got you there for Book of the Month.
Oh, yes, it's a Saturday. That's what I say. It's a Saturday, so that's why. Oh, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
Okay, guys. See you later. Thanks a lot.
All righty. Kudos.
Bye.
Kudos.
Bye.
You want to rotate the camera?
Yeah, I don't think everybody saw it.
Yeah. Oh, we still got share screen. That's what it is. Oh, they got the share screen.
Get the X out.
There you go. Awesome. Good to go.
All right.